Kaizer Chiefs releases yet another player. Luke Flus is being assessed by Kaizer Chiefs after being released by SuperSport United. That's very interesting. And also, the deal of Sibongiseni Mthethwa is getting closer and closer. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo. I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakusi Football Club. Let's start with Luke Flus. Let's go back to January. So, what happened in January? Kaizer Chiefs were looking to sign Luke Flus from SuperSport United. And SuperSport thought, you know what? We might get a buck or two from this player. So they extended his contract to 2026. And what happens then is that Gavin Hunt, in June, he goes ahead and he signs Sianda Xulu. Sianda Xulu obviously is going to play in the setup of Gavin Hunt because the coach prefers experienced players. And because of that, there was no space for Luke Flus. For those of you who don't know who Luke Flus is, he's a player for SuperSport United. He's 23 and now he's been released by SuperSport 6 months after extending his contract by 3 years. And obviously, this is clear. This was just SuperSport not wanting to do business with Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, I know people are going to say, Pelo, you see, we told you that these teams don't want to do business with Chiefs. Yeah, some of them don't want to do business with Chiefs. And SuperSport is clearly one of them because there's been a lot of players that we were supposed to get from SuperSport, but we ended up not getting because SuperSport wanted more money from Chiefs and they ended up not getting it from Chiefs, and then they sold those players to Mamelodi Sundowns. What has happened now is that Kaizer Chiefs coach Molefi Ntsegi came out and said, yes, we are still looking for a defender before the transfer window closes. In my head, that's always been, we're looking for a left back, right? Because that's where we have a problem. But it's clear that Ntsegi will be willing to sign him because now what they've done is they've invited Luke Flus to come and do trials at Kaizer Chiefs. I find that notion weird, right? Because in January, they wanted to sign a player, right? In September, now they want him to come and do trials first before they can see whether or not he fits into the style. Do you? That's okay. Test players if they fit in the system. Let them play. And also, with him, there's no panic. Because even if the transfer window closes, he's a free agent. So he can always join the team even after the window closes. And also, another interesting thing about Luke Flus is the fact that he can also play as a defensive midfielder. We have Ungobo, we have him, so we have players who can be hybrid. The only thing that I would question about this deal is, will he come to Chiefs knowing that he might not be a starter? Because that proved to be a problem for him at SuperSport United, but now he's coming to Chiefs, and we already have Utitlokwe and Umsimango who are starters. That's interesting. We are going to see. Moving on though to Kamoheo Mahlatsi. Kamoheo Mahlatsi has officially left Kaizer Chiefs by mutual consent. And if there's anything to be said about Kamoheo Mahlatsi leaving Kaizer Chiefs, is what most people will say. He was never supposed to be at Kaizer Chiefs. Now, there's always a difference, a huge difference between a bad player and a player who's still being developed. And Mahlatsi is one of those players. A very good player, has a high potential, but the problem is development. His development is not at the level where you wanted it to be. So he made silly mistakes, and at Kaizer Chiefs, there is no time to allow players to grow. That is why you see a lot of these youngsters, they can't survive at Kaizer Chiefs because the fans will be on your case. They will be booing you. They will be tweeting you about you. And that gets to your head. And then the next game, you are worse than you were in the previous game. So unfortunately for him, he was a victim of that. And also when he did come to Chiefs, he was injured. So he joined the team later on, and already there was a starting 11. So he was just playing catch up. It was never a good situation for him. So all the best for him and his future. I hope he finds a team where he can perform. Go back to Swallows. He can still benefit them a lot. What can also benefit me is you liking this video so that it can spread to more people like you. The move to sign Sibongiseni Mthethwa is edging closer and closer. Surprise, right? I know. So apparently this is what happened. He communicated with the team that he will not be renewing his contract. That kind of pushes them into a corner. Stellenbosch, that is. Because if he leaves next year, he leaves for free and they don't get squat for him. So now, knowing that Kaizer Chiefs have offered something on the table and Mthethwa is not extending his contract, they are kind of forced to sell him, right? And it seems like that's what's going to end up happening. And it's reported that Kaizer Chiefs have even added, this is confirmed by Unplayable, have even added Uhepi Mashiane to this deal to sign Sibongiseni Mthethwa. To me, that's like, yeah, that's great. Add Happy Mashiane. You are not using him in any case. Add him to this deal. Maybe there's a buyback closing over there. But the question is, why did we not do this 5 weeks ago? Why did we not say, here's Happy Mashiane, here's Kamoheo Mahlatsi, take them both, we're going to add some money on top of that, give us Sibongiseni Mthethwa. In fact, they could have even gone as far as to say, let's add another player in the mix. Let's add Mahlatsi. Let's add another player. You get me? Even Cole could have been added in that deal. 4 players for Sibongiseni Mthethwa plus money. Because all of these players, we ended up releasing them in any case. So why not just say, we are taking your defensive midfield, we're giving you Cole. We're taking, you lost Mendieta, we're giving you Sehot. We're also giving you Mashiane, who can play as a winger as well. So we're giving you 2 wingers to replace Mendieta. I don't understand how this did not make sense to them, because yes, the move is going to be finalized, it's going to happen, but now Mthethwa is joining the team during the season. And what usually happened, what we just talked about with Mahlatsi, is that a player comes into the team mid-season and then they don't perform, and then players say, fans go like, yeah, he's average, not every player shines at Kaizer Chiefs, blah, 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 blah. We can just finalize these things quicker. And this is Stellenbosch. We have a relationship with them. So it's not like they were trying to play hard to get. They were trying to keep one of their best players, as every team would do. Because even with Kaizer Chiefs, people will pretend as if Kaizer Chiefs never tries to keep their best players. We tried to keep Blom, tried to offering him a contract, but he ended up leaving. It's not like Kaizer Chiefs is just the innocent team that never does things wrong. That's the thing that annoys me the most with people just defending Chiefs. Because this thing could have been solved long time ago. Imagine if we were playing with Sibongiseni Mthethwa from the beginning of the season. We'd be on another level. But no, we didn't. And that's poor management. And we're going to sit here and defend that. I'm happy that this deal is finally being made possible, but we could have finalized this deal a few weeks ago. But hey, here we are. I'm happy with the move. What do you think, guys, about Mahlatsi leaving Chiefs? What do you think about the deal of Sibongiseni Mthethwa and Luke Flus? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.
Speechless, bruh. I'm speechless. You know this game, I'm speechless.
What happened?
You know, guys.